Good morning. It is bright and early. I just got a phone call from one of my buddies. When a friend asks for help, you help them. And they had some cabins that they were having to take back, and the first one just pulled up. I told them they could come and park them here for a couple days. So the first one's just pulling in. Always an adventure. We're gonna see if we can get them stashed out here in the field. Thank goodness I just mowed this yesterday, so yeah, let's see how this works out. So I think he has a total of 5 of these he had to get off of this property, and so 3 of them are going to be coming here, because 2 more are going to be heading up near Dallas. Morning. Yeah, apparently these are repos, and once they start grabbing them, they're worried about the person vandalizing the remaining ones. So he's trying to do this in a hurry. Audie seems very confused as to why a building showed up in our field in the past few hours. He's like, that wasn't out here last night. No, it was not, buddy. It just showed up. Yeah, every day is a new surprise, a new adventure. I'm pretty sure by now he knows nothing should surprise him. We always have a lot going on around here. I just walked back outside to check on things and heard him pulling in with load number 2. Didn't waste any time. Pulled right in, spun around, and now he's getting back into position. And he's gonna drop this one. Looks like he found a soft spot here. I was a little worried about that. So I may have to get the tractor skid steer to get him pulled out here. Yeah, so I was just talking with Ethan here. So this trailer he just upgraded. It is not only tilt and all that, but he can stretch the frame on it. You can side shift things. So yeah, it's pretty versatile. It's amazing. Same thing with his mule that he has on board there. It's fully remote control. It can tilt, it can side shift. You know, we were just talking about how expensive this stuff is. And people are shocked at the price of it. But when you have the right tool for your job, all these little features really add up, and you're paying the money for it, but it makes your job safer, it makes you more efficient, more productive, and in turn you can make more money. Yeah, we got the load off, and that was enough to where he's able to get the truck moving, even though it was spinning out, got into a little bit of soft spot. Back here, I was worried about that. It was feeling a little soft when I was coming through with the tractor in that one spot last night. So now he's setting the brakes on the truck and going to be pulling the trailer forward. So that's the cool thing with some of these units that have movable axles or stretchable frames. You can actually lock the brakes on the trailer, use it to push your truck forward, and then now he's going to pull the truck forward again. They're going to stretch out and kind of worming their way out from under this. So both of them are working together right now. Yep, he's in neutral, so now he's going to be pushing the truck forward, engaging into the ground right now, and pushing the truck forward. Looks like I'm not going to have to get out one of my machines to help get him pulled out, but hey, if we had to, that was going to be an option for us. Again, the truck's in neutral right now. He's not actually driving forward. They're using the hydraulics on the trailer to push everything forward to get this into a bare position so we can get this on the ground and then get them out of here. As I mentioned, he's going after getting 4 trailers now, or 4 of these cabins onto my property today. They're going to load up the 5th one, heading from northeast of Houston here, heading up to Longview. And then over the next several days, he's going to be doing these 6-hour round trips to get all 5 units moved up to Longview where they belong. Now the truck's back in park. Gonna pull the cabin back forward on the trailer. Truck's back in, nope, now he's in drive. Okay, so we're back on solid ground. That's where the cabin's going. Yep. There you go, on the ground real gentle like. Alright, they're going to get this shut back down, locked into place, and they're going to go after number 3. right at 1 hour later, they're back with number 3. So a pretty good time, because my guess is it takes probably 20 or so minutes to get to where they are from here. So he was loaded up in about 20 minutes once he got to the location. So they do not mess around at all. Tucked in right there, that should be a good spot. So that's right on my path I drive every day with the Gator, so I know that's on hard pack right there. And right at an hour, good timing.
Not too bad then.
No, not at all. Because what, it's about 20 minutes from here to where you're going?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say 20, 22, somewhere in there. So
Yeah.
you might have me the trail.
Cool stuff. He's got a nice setup here. Even got a welder on here. Getting nice and gentle on the ground, getting her folded up. So yeah, this trailer doesn't have a deck, it's all rollers. So it is set up for things that are on skids, like these cabins here. They can also, he has some boards and everything he can put in here if he has to haul other things. So really versatile, and again, stretch frame too on this. Well, unfortunately, I had my camera rotated at the wrong angle when I took a shot of them heading out of here again. But they're on the road. I'll see them again probably in about an hour. So 20, 22 minutes each way. That means that they're round tripping in an hour. They're loading up, getting that thing secured, getting their oversized banner on it in about 10 minutes. So it's amazing how organized these guys are. You can tell that they do this all the time. They have the right equipment, and they know how to use it properly, and they work great together as a team. Just like with a lot of stuff, when you're doing something like this, they're barely talking to each other. They both know their job. They know what cues to give each other. So even in the middle of the day here with a fair amount of traffic on the road, they're round tripping these things pretty good. So I'll be seeing them one more time today, and then they're gonna be heading out to get that 5th unit and head up to Longview. So I won't see them again until tomorrow morning. And then depending on weather, we got some storms that have been coming through here. We've been dodging them, fortunately pretty good here on this end, because it was supposed to be pouring down today. We were supposed to get a thunderstorm through here last night, but the storm shifted and went a little further north of us. But they were saying they got nailed in Longview yesterday. I know there were some tornado warnings and everything further north of us. So hopefully these guys are going to luck out and they're going to have some good weather. So yeah, I'll be seeing in about an hour, and then we'll be moving on to some other stuff around here. Okay, so I know I got weather on the way. Don't know when it's going to hit us. These storms are coming through, seem to be a little unpredictable right now. But I am going to go ahead and fire up the tractor and try to get some more mowing done in another field. It's that time of the year. Things are growing fast and lots of big rainstorms, so gotta take advantage of the time when we can. Alrighty. Yep. Oh well. Forgot my water, but I'll come back and get that. Gonna get the tractor warming up here. Let's see. Yes, I still have the plastic on my seat. Yes, I still have the paper on the floor. I know they do make seat covers, but this is working just fine for me. All right, gonna get that guy warmed up. And gonna get my water bottle here. Now the sun's out again. What weird weather. For those who haven't seen these before, Owala water bottles, these things are awesome. I love this. I've been using it every day for the last month or so now. So yeah, this latch flips down, you flip it up, you have a push button, opens up the spout, spring loaded. You can either sip out of it or tilt it back further and guzzle out of it. The whole lid comes off for easy refills. I really like this thing. All right, I'm gonna get a couple more things ready and then hop in the cab and get to work. All right, got the tractor warming up here, grab my water bottle, and gonna try and get some more mowing done here. Up the deck, get that off the ground, gotta get the loader raised. Let's find the gear here. Yes, I've kind of gotten a tight spot in here now. I have a lot of things going on. Been focusing on rearranging the far end of the shop. And right now I just kind of have things crammed in over here on this end. But we'll get to it eventually. Let me try and get out of here without hitting this tank. Perfect. All right, don't hit the gator. Let's get the garage door shut. All right, garage door's closing. All right. Pick a different gear, and we're gonna get on over here and get some mowing done. Okay, let's get things settled in here. I'm gonna drop the deck down. I'm actually gonna hop out and check my deck height. Not that this is super critical, but hey, I did it yesterday and pretty happy with the results. So I just want to go ahead and double check where I am. Yeah, we're sitting good. Slightly higher than I was yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that down just a little bit here. So I know I'm gonna have some wet spots out here. Back corner of this field, as we get probably within about 50 feet of that back tree line. I know that area is gonna be soaked. because we've been getting a lot of rain, and when that area starts getting wet, it holds water for a while, especially when there's tall grass over it and the sun doesn't get to it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing in gear, give it a little throttle. I'm gonna show you all what I got. Okay, give it a little bit of throttle, engaging the PTO. That's spinning up. Get it throttled up here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and release the clutch. And then I like this transmission where I can put in gear and I got a nice smooth soft start here. Got the loader up to where I can see what I'm doing. I'm trying not to get too close to these buildings here. And now I'm back to cut some grass. Alright, so yeah, first time around. I know some things have changed since the last time I mowed this. I'm going to take it a little slow. I'm going to put the camera down and really focus on what I'm doing here. But I'm going to get this knocked out. It's only going to take me probably about 10 minutes to get this mowed. So yeah, let me put you down because I'm going to have to react here real fast. So yeah, right when I made that turn, this is one of the areas I knew I was going to want to avoid. It's been like this in this spot since before I bought the property. I've done some business with a guy who used to get hired to mow this. And yep, I'm dragging mud there. Powered through it, but dragging mud. But yeah, he was telling me that he's got his tractor stuck there a number of times. He just had a two-wheel drive tractor, an older one. Fortunately, I've never gotten stuck. Don't want to. Excuse me. So yeah, I still got some storm damage. I have some trees there that have been down since Hurricane Beryl last summer. Just has not been a priority to get that cleaned up. I'll get to it at some point. Gonna loop around this pile here, pick up some of this spots, and then kind of get back in my pattern. And it's a pile that I've just been piling up a lot of trash as I'm clearing different parts of the property. And we find some old kind of dump sites on the property. Getting everything moved there with the grapple, and then eventually when we have some good weather, when I know things aren't too dry, I'll burn some of it, and then we'll get a roll-off dumpster out here and get the rest of it hauled off. But again, not in a hurry. Want to make sure when I do get a roll-off out here that I'm filling it up to full capacity. So just kind of staging things there next to the driveway for now. So normally I would mow this whole field in one shot. The other day when I was mowing the lawn at the house with the zero turn, I had done some more detailed mowing around some utilities up at the highway up there. And so while I was driving the tractor back over to the house last night, I decided to go ahead and I hate going over that stuff. I decided since I had the tractor, I'd go ahead and just finish off mowing between my little four-wheel trail. It's packed out pretty good, and the highway, make that look nice. So, yeah, thought this would be a good time for me just to hop in the tractor, finish getting this area mowed down, wait for the guys to get back here with the fourth cabin, and then I will probably spend the afternoon in the shop. Have a little bit of work to do on the Diamond Products clearing head, and then I can get that back to work, clearing the woods on the backside of the property. Yeah, today's the first day of the month. Between a couple of these cabins coming in, I went over to my office for a little while, got some computer work done, got my main banking done for the month. So nice to have a little bit of a relaxing day. So I've been working 7 days a week for a while, and not necessarily full days, but I've just had a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, it feels good to have some tractor time. So, don't remember how much I talked about it a while back. Maybe none of y'all ever saw me talking about it. But when this tractor was about a year old, maybe not quite a year old, I started having some issues where it was derating. It would go down to 1100 RPMs on the engine, and it was throwing a few fault codes. Fault codes mainly had to do with the fuel system. And yes, the very first thing I did was get new fuel filters on it. That didn't fix the problem. Had the dealership come out. They had put a new computer in it. They got back to me, and it still kept throwing fault codes and derating. And had to end up getting a friend involved to help get the dealership to spend a little more time with it. But they ended up placing the wiring harness, the main wiring harness on the tractor, and replacing the computer yet again. And thank goodness, ever since I got it back, that would have been back in September. It is now May 1st. This machine has been running great. So, yeah, I don't know what happened. There was some sort of a short in the electrical system that caused those problems. Frustrating at the time, but like I said, they got it taken care of. Also fixed a couple other quirks that I had with the machine. Ever since I got it, the 3-point hitch didn't go as high as I thought it should. Yeah, while they had in there getting the computer and wiring harness done, they figured out the adjustment on the electronic 3-point hitch. For those that don't know, this machine, yes, I have the hydraulics for the 3-point hitch, but there are also these buttons right here where you can push the raise button when you get to the end of a pass if you're making really tight turns, and it'll raise your 3-point attachment off the ground, make it easier to turn and not tear up the ground as bad. And then once you get back in line with your row, you can push the down button, drops to your preset height, and you're on your way. Really nice feature. I use it lots. Not so much with what I'm doing right now because I'm not making really sharp turns, but when I'm mowing in some of the big fields, and once I get my couple passes around the outside, and then at the end of each pass when I need to kind of make a tight turn, I'll go ahead, and as soon as I get to the end of the row, I'll hit that raise button, get my mower deck up off the ground, turn tight so I don't hit the boundary of the field, and then get into my next pass, and I'll drop it down and So I was really happy with the mowing job I did yesterday on the two big fields. So yeah, right now, like I said, just killing time, having a little fun. This is peaceful. Alright, I'm going to get this finished up. Should take me about 5 more minutes, and then I'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so just got that little bit finished up, and it is about 1 o'clock now. Those guys left right at 12:05 to go get the 4th trailer they're bringing this way. So I would imagine if they're on the same pace they have been, they should be pulling in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm just going to chill here, waiting on them, and then I'm going to head to the shop next to do some work. I'm not going to be working on the clearing head. I just remembered I need to work on the zero turn, because when I was mowing up by the highway the other day, I hit a big piece of rebar, 3/4 inch diameter, about 5 feet long. From looking at it initially, I don't think I broke any spindles. It didn't seem like the blades were damaged any more than they already are. They're still functioning, but just that shock of hitting that at full speed, it threw the belt off there. So I need to get in the shop. I'm going to pull the access panel. Actually, I already pulled the access panel the other day. That's when I was checking out the spindles, all the bearings and everything seemed good. But I need to try to get that belt back on there, because I have some more mowing to do next door. Some detail stuff to finish out the perimeter of the areas where I had mowed with the tractor yesterday. So yeah, didn't think I was going to have the opportunity to do all this today. Thought we were going to be rained out, and that's why I was trying to get kind of the bulk of it done yesterday. But now that the weather's holding off longer than I had expected, I want to jump on getting this done, and then need to get the mower fixed, the zero turn fixed, so I can get back next door. So yeah, let me wait around these guys for a few minutes here, finish up with them, and then gonna head over to the shop. Okay, I just parked the tractor, and guys are pulling back in here with cabin number 4. So I don't know what I did there, but somehow I had gotten the camera facing the wrong direction, and so it was just a close-up of my head as I was trying to talk during the unload process there. But Unit 4 is on the ground, and these gentlemen are about to head up to 20 miles north from here, pick up unit number 5, and then they're headed back to Longview. So I believe I will be seeing them again sometime tomorrow. Hopefully these storms hold off and it doesn't affect their travels, because they, like I said, today they're probably gonna have about 4 hours ahead of them now to get to the last one, get it loaded, get on the road, and get unloaded where they're going in their yard. So yeah, I'm sure they're gonna finish work and headed home probably around 6:30 or so tonight, and then I'll be seeing them sometime tomorrow. But a couple really nice guys. Like I said, the owner of this company, the guy who's doing the driving, he's the brother of a really good friend of mine. There they go. It looks like we have strong winds coming out of the southeast, judging by the big flags out front. But I'm gonna check on some things over here, and then gonna get back to doing some repairs in the shop. Okay, back here at the shop finally. Had to get some other work done over at my office. Dark in here, so I apologize. Not gonna be able to get good footage, but this is what I'm dealing with. Like I said, I hit that piece of rebar the other day, so the belt's off of here. Nothing too major, so I might get under this machine, get the belt off of the main pulley from the engine power takeoff, and then that'll give me the room to get everything routed up here, and then I will work on getting it put back into place. So hopefully I don't find any other surprises, but like I said, right now the spindles, the bearings all feel good. The blades are all spinning, so that's a good sign. So yeah, let me see if I can get this thrown back on here real quick, because I got a little more work I want to get finished up with this tomorrow morning. All right, so when I went under the machine, the belt was already off that power takeoff pulley. Came back up here, looked around. It was actually on all the pulleys except for the tensioner here, and it was barely off of this. And I felt that the tensioner is loose. The spring that holds that is hanging down back here. So fortunately it is intact. I just need to remember where that attaches to down here, get that hooked back up, and then I'll be able to get the belt back on. So not major. I just need to figure out where that hole is that the spring hooks to and get that stretched out and reattached. Let me see what I can get done here. Okay, so not too bad. I just took me about 15 seconds feeling around down here. So there is this eye bolt. Where am I? Okay, so right there. Yeah, right back here where my index finger is, there's an eye bolt. I was able to get that spring swung back into position, hooked back on that eye bolt. So now the tensioner is working. So now I just need to go under the back end of the machine and see if I'm able by myself to get this pulled tight enough and get it back around that power takeoff pulley. Okay, getting under the machine here. Unfortunately, I don't have any cardboard over here to lay on, so I'm on the dirty floor. And I really need to invest in a creeper at some point. Seems like I'm spending a lot of time underneath machines these days. But let's get you down here. So here's the belt. Just trying to get fed back into position. There we go. Got her on those things. All right, so can I do this one-handed? Got to pull it tight and work it around here, and don't want it to snap onto my finger as it falls in place. Okay, getting that crank turned around. All right, looks like we are back in business. Okay. Yep, I'm making some groans. Late in the day, I'm tired, I'm sore. I don't like getting up off the concrete floor. But we are back in business. Everything is good. So that was a success. I love it when things aren't broken as badly as I fear. Trust me, I've had this much worse. I've had other hidden treasures out there. And I've snapped spindles. Not horrible, and usually I keep enough parts around here to rebuild something, but It's enough of a pain. I don't like doing it too often. It takes, yeah, pulling the deck and cleaning things up, getting a spindle replaced. Probably looking about 30, 45 minutes or so. So yeah, I'm glad that was not bad. So it is approaching 5 o'clock now. I am going to get cleaned up, and my friend, the brother of the guy that was hauling those cabins in here earlier, is going to be coming by to pick me up, and we're doing some Singo Bingo tonight. So looking forward to getting together with some of my friends. So yeah, that's going to be it for now. Gonna get back at it tomorrow. See y'all soon.